Om Shri GURUBHYO NAMAHA. Welcome you all. Salutations, gratitudes, congratulations, wishes and prayers. How much is the Loka Sevaka, Dharma Stavaka, Viragi is becoming stronger in us? How much the Bhakta, Shishya, Mukshu, Jignasu is deepening in us? How much is the Shrota and Sadhaka becoming regular in us? How much we are developing the Parishrami, the Prerita, the Prashanta, the most importantly, Samskrita Bhasha Jnata in us. Are we remembering or we are forgetful of it? How many moments we remember it? How much we do for it? Is our conscious sadhana which alone pays rewards. And who is there to help us in this regard continuously? The Shruti Mata is there, Guru Ganas are there, Devata Ganas are there, the Adi Parashakti Mata is there, Ishwara is there, and Sakshat Parabrahma. Having remembered all of that, we welcome you for this study of Shwethashwathara Upanishad from Sri Krishna Yajurveda. Veda. The first chapter, fourth mantra, very profound. Ishwara or Karana Brahma with maximum details is put in front of us so that we understand the whole universe, individual, total as his own manifestation, his own play. And because it is his own, we have no right, no authority to change it or to comment on it. The maximum and best two things we can do are one, wherever he has placed us and told us to do, exactly doing that. Second is seeking him and reaching him. If in these two things our intellects get fixed, then to great extents we have avoided all the problems, miseries which we are going through because of not understanding and accepting these facts. Very beautiful, complete details in these two mantras 4 and 5. We are given about that Ishwara worthy of doing Mananam, Chintanam again and again. One more thing in doing all this spirituality, how much we are becoming conscious and serious about the entire process is also point noteworthy to be observed. Let us do the study of it, continuing where we reached up to yesterday. Let us do our prarthana and sankalpa, which are the empowerers, which are the protectors, savers. Because of the Rishi Guru Parampara, only these things are possible. Without that, we will be getting lost only in our own mind's plannings of 100% worldliness. So, with gratitude, we remember them. With prayerful mind, we remember them. And we pray to them also that bless us to continue in this path of Adhyatmikata. But before that, a couple of minutes, already known facts, once more we remind about through this common sense thought as we are doing every day for some time. Today's common sense thought is only few things. 5 words, I'll use it without much explanation. You can catch them. One is Tyajyam, Second is Jnatavyam. Third is Praptavyam. Fourth one is Kartavyam. Fifth one is Swayam. As it is hinted, the regular coming people might be clear about it within the words utterance, the meaning. First is the Tyajya means just a little simple common sense to give up all inner and outer which are giving us dukkha or misery. It is such a common sense. Out of delusion, we miss that. But we go on holding on to things and everything inside and outside which are giving us the dukkha. Simple but maturity it is. And funniest thing in our life is what? Very funny it is. The people are giving us up and they are happy. And we are not realizing that without us, when they can be happy, how can't we be happy or stable without them? Isn't it? That maturity is not coming. And they give up for what reason? That they don't like us, or they have no benefit from us, or they have found a better person than us. Reasons can be anything, but they are happy without us. Whether it is wife or husband or children, anybody. हर एक बंदा अपने अपने दुनिया में है. किसी को हमारे बारे में कहाँ पड़ी है. Very minimum. Same we have to do in our heart, not because our some selfish thing is not fulfilled, but because we have to evolve spiritually. You know, with the idea of wanting to evolve spiritually, whatever is to be given up, the Tyajyam, recognize it and have the heart of or the maturity of giving. Giving up is never in outer vyavahara, वो तो चलता ही रहता है. Giving up is in the mind only. In the mind also, giving up is only one thing, expecting something. That's it. That small looking thing, but if it clicks to us, the world of peace comes to us. Only one thing, not expecting anything from anyone. इस एक चीज को हमने पाया तो पूरा मन रिगार्डिंग द थिंग्स एंड बीइंग्स फ्री हो जाता है. That peace that is gained is inexplicable, but it has to click. And with some days of practice, it should be maintained, it is stabilized. Like imagine Puja Gurudev. Some lakhs of people know him, and he also knows. Is he bound to those lakhs of people? No. Why? Because he has zero expectation from anyone for his own personal thing. The other expectation that they must study Shastras, do sadhana, that is not his selfishness. It is for them only, in their own interest. In that also, whatever he has to do, he will do. Rest, he leaves it to the Lord and those individuals. The state of evolution, doing what we are supposed to do, thereafter leaving things and beings to their own lot, and the Lord is called as maturity, the Tyaga, Tyajyam. And we have to gain it. Otherwise, कितने जन्म कैसे कहाँ कहाँ चीज़ों में फंसते रहेंगे जो हमारे काबू में नहीं है. Isn't it? Things are not in control. Situations are not in our control. People are never in our control. Cannot be, should not be also. So, that type of freedom in ourselves from things, beings, and situations, we call it a tyajyam. Okay. Then the second one is jnatavyam. Jnatavyam is a very beautiful thing. Today also it will come in our text. We must know clearly what is this world is there, what I am there, what exactly is the thing to be done and gained. That Jnatavyam is very important. We can't be vague. We cannot use less or misuse our intellect by not knowing these crucial things. The Jnatavya is to have the clarity of what where we have come, what we have to do, what we have to achieve. It's a serious question which is neglected by all. To the core level of this question, we don't go. We only are at the superficial level. In a sense, nobody is without jnanam, but that's only about some things which he learn to enjoy for the life. उसका ज्ञान पा रहे हैं. हमको ये बात नहीं कह रहे. Here ज्ञातव्य means what is the ultimate purpose of life in general of all beings, in particularly हम खुद का वो वाला जानना है हमको. ज्ञातव्य, isn't it? And that leads to this understanding that the truth alone has to be gained or realized. To that conviction, when we come, then we are becoming clear in this discussion of Ajnatavya. You and I, in the study of class Shastras, trying to achieve this only. Jnatavyatva means Shastra अध्ययन करके क्या करना क्या पाना, about that we are trying to become ज्ञानी. The next level में, once the clarity has come, the fourth one is what? One is Tyajyam, second is this Jnatavyam, third is Praptavyam. The Praptavya means only one thing is to be obtained in our life. In fact, it is a Praptavya Prapti only, Praptasya Prapti only, gaining of that which is already gained. But that Nishchaya in our heart, no information is missing in our life, but no information is deeply understood by us. All are at the very superficial information level. Like in a school or at home, children are told by the parents and the teachers, ye karo, ye mat karo, so many times. These children listen only at the information level, but they take it so lightly. They don't even bother also. Very funny. In our life also, we have information, but we don't bother it. We have to bother it very seriously. In this third aspect called as praptavya. Is it? Praptavyatha. What is the vastu to be gained? देखो, even now when we close our eyes and question ourselves, what is the praptavya vastu thought in us? सबको तो जब तक जिंदगी चलती है पाने का मन तो होता है, बट क्या पाने का मन है, that decides, that defines whether he is ज्ञातव्यम or not. मतलब he is a ज्ञाता or not. मतलब he is a ज्ञानी or not. We have to check in ourselves what we have decided as the praptavya vastu. Anything you have the praptavya buddhi other than Paramatma. No? So we are still not clear in our jnatavyata. We are not clear in our thing to be known, thing to be clearly understood. We are at the periphery level, we are still in the delusion level. And various logics of various Upanishads and all. Again, it's a big subject to say, but you all understand it. How can we have the praptavya buddhi for anything which is unreal and only imaginary? This one common sense, but it contains so much of clarity in it. You know, just like we can't have Praptavya Buddhi to something of the dream. You know, वहाँ के सूटकेस में 1 करोड़ रुपए है. You can't have the Praptavya Buddhi of that. So too, we cannot have the Praptavya Buddhi of what we see on the TV screen. Like the hero has gone to a jewelry shop. All the jewelry are seen. You can't have the Praptavya Buddhi for it because it is not real. In the same way, how can we have the Praptavya Buddhi for anything of this continuously changing world and the world which is just an imagination only? Here is where, our Shastra Jnana is tested. Our intellectual deep understanding is tested. Whether we studied Shastra, understood the Mithyatva Jagat or not, यहाँ टेस्ट होता है. Most of us fail only because the jnana is not deep in us. Therefore, still we have praptavya buddhi for the jagat. Paramatma being totally opposite to this jagat, when we have the praptavya buddhi for the jagat, we cannot have the praptavya buddhi for Paramatma. So, therefore, इसको रिवर्स करना है. प्राप्तव्य वस्तु is only one, that is Paramatma. Why? Because he alone is real. He alone is real. Everything else is unreal, imaginary. That is why example of that mirage water. It is unreal. आप जितना भागोगे और उतना आगे चलेगा. जितना भागोगे उतना आगे. Why? Because it is not real. You are only wasting your time in running towards it. Praptavya Vastu's Spashtata is one of the most beautiful thing in a human evolution. स्पष्ट व्हाट इज प्राप्तव्य. अभी इसी क्षण आंख बंद करके let us look into our hearts towards what we have this praptavya buddhi. Means this is what I have to gain wala buddhi. देखो, when we question is asked, just to answer the guru we say या परमात्मा को ही पाना है. But do we mean it from the heart? Do we continuously remember it? अब देखो, प्राप्तव्य बुद्धि का ठीक तरह नहीं होने से जहाँ होना है वहाँ, जहाँ नहीं होना है वहाँ है, इसलिए हमको वहीं जाना हो रहा है. सो त्याज्य, सेकंड इज ज्ञातव्य, थर्ड इज द प्राप्तव्यता. ऑल आर बुद्धि ओनली, convictions, understandings. त्याज्य बुद्धि, ज्ञातव्य बुद्धि, प्राप्तव्य बुद्धि. Now, after these three, these are only introduction said. Fourth one is important, very, very essential. That fourth one we called as kartavyata buddhi or kartavya buddhi. Here, toward that praptavya vastu called as Paramatma, till that prapti happens, and for the prapti to happen, whatever the practices of adhyatmika sadhanas we have to do, towards them, the deep kartavyata buddhi. Our focus today in our common sense thought is on this point mainly. To come to this point, we made the other introduction and built up that topic. In life, all of us are involved in so many things. With what buddhi is kartavyata buddhi. Underline the word kartavyata buddhi. मतलब ये मुझे करना ही है वाला बुद्धि. That's for everything is happening. You're getting up morning, brushing teeth, taking bath. हर एक चीज क्यों नहीं छूट रहे हैं? कैसे हम कर पा रहे हैं? With all efforts, without any tension, willingly and smilingly or joyfully, at ease. How many things we are doing? Because in all of them there is kartavyata buddhi. वो इन एम्बेड हो गया इन अस, है ना. वेदर इट इज कंज्यूमेबल थिंग्स कहो या वर्क सम ऑफ देम टू डू और मीटिंग समवन व्हाटएवर, क्लैरिटी इज देयर इन अस कर्तव्य बुद्धि. इसलिए वी आर एबल टू डू. Somehow, anyhow, everyhow, regarding all adhyatmic sadhanas to be done, we have to develop that कर्तव्यता बुद्धि. अब देखो वो जब नहीं आता ना, लाइक बच्चों को पढ़ाई करना है, पढ़ाई इज कर्तव्य. If you can't infuse it into, it's a struggle to him also to study, double the struggle for us every day to push him, to push him. And the net outcome is both are frustrated without the work accomplished. By telling you also frustrated to children, वो सुन सुन के वो भी बोर हो रहे थे, अब पढ़ते तो है ही नहीं फाइनली. Why? Because there is no कर्तव्य बुद्धि in it. In the same way, any politician, अब serving my nation is my कर्तव्य. अब if this thought genuinely is not there from his heart, in the any amount of things the praja do or they do agitation and all, वो करेगा नहीं, वो दिल से नहीं है उसको. इस वन थिंग ऑफ कर्तव्यता बुद्धि का इंपॉर्टेंस जितना हो सके उतना समझे. वी हैव इट, नॉट दैट वी डोंट हैव, बट वी हैव इट इन रॉन्गली प्लेस्ड, मिसप्लेस्ड कर्तव्यता बुद्धि. अकर्तव्य को हम कर्तव्य मान रहे. The real kartavya is getting on postponed only. The spiritual sadhanas, which are the givers of our ज्ञातव्य और प्राप्तव्य परमात्मा एंड मोक्षा, उसके प्रति उतना नहीं है कर्तव्यता बुद्धि. We do some sadhanas, but not with कर्तव्यता बुद्धि that through these I am going to get that परमात्मा. वो लिंक हमेशा मिस होता है. When the link that Paramatma is Praptavya, for that this sadhana is Kartavya misses, then that doing is mechanical. Because you have forgotten for what you are doing. Therefore, there is no Kartavyata Buddhi. It is only Chal Rava, like coming to this class. Is this mechanically happening or there is a Paramatma Praptavya, further Shastra Jnana Jnatavya? Therefore, this Kartavya of going to the class. Do we consciously remember that thought? Isn't it? That's the biggest gain, which is very tough. For such person, Nirantara Dhyana is Kartavya. Nirantara Manana Chintana is Kartavya. Nirantara Shastra Shravana Adhyana is Kartavya. ऐसा होता है वो बंदा. कर्तव्यता बुद्धि. If you see in Yoga Vasishta Ramayana, which we are studying, or we see in Gita or any of the Upanishads, everywhere, what gurus teach us is Kartavyata buddhi only. But we don't catch it. Because somewhere else misplaced is our Kartavyata buddhi. Because वहाँ प्राप्तव्यता है. इसलिए first thought त्याज्य. That is not real. If you understand it is to be so and do the tyaga, then praptavya buddhi will not be there towards it. Jnatavya buddhi will not be there towards it. Therefore, kartavya buddhi will not be there. इसी तरह यहाँ का कर्तव्यता बुद्धि is the one which we have to seek from within. कोई बाहर से नहीं दे सकते. Now the fifth point is स्वयं. स्वयं is what? स्वयं, I myself have to invoke that kartavyata buddhi. I myself have to involve in that kartavya, which is very tough spiritually. For other things, people have the kartavyata buddhi invoked from within, and they do that kartavya also of their duties, of their eating food, of their watching TV. ये सब भी स्वयं के अंदर से ही कर्तव्यता बुद्धि उत्पन्न होकर उनको कर्तव्य के रूप में करना. We are doing it. People do it. But when it comes to our own moksha giving, adhyatmika sadhanas, there is no invocation inside of kartavyata, nishchaya or buddhya or conviction. Therefore, it doesn't appear as a kartavya to us. Therefore, either it is not at all there, doing those sadhanas, if at all, they're very superficial. दिल लगी नहीं रहा उसके लिए, isn't it? And imagine to this kartavya buddhi, when that sense of urgency is added, कि चाहिए मुझे परमात्मा चाहिए, सिर्फ परमात्मा चाहिए अभी इसी वक्त, isn't it? How the life would be, how it is oriented, everything falls in right place. If that is created, everything falls in right place means no more samsara for him. He's only towards that work. लोग इसी को पाने के लिए go to the guru, stay there, and they get it. Then under guru's guidance, advice, with that sense of urgency, they take up sadhana as kartavya and do that kartavya, staying in some secluded place. For them, every moment is precious. They don't want to forego even one moment also without doing something for Paramatma Prapti. A different level of personality altogether, which is a necessary thing for us to really reach to the greater heights of sadhana and sadhya. उसको हमें थोड़ा ध्यान देना है. And the last one we are seeing was Swayam. The Swayam is what? Nobody else can do this for us. कौन है बताओ? And why should anybody do? And what is the logic in that somebody should do it for us? It can't be. So I have to develop the kartavyata buddhi, then I have to do it as kartavya. You know? Because of minimum or zero kartavyata buddhi of adhyatmikata, our entire day, let us take one day as an example, is going somewhere else only, wherever we have the kartavyata buddhi. No, usko reverse karo. When you have full kartavyata buddhi and swayam kartavyata buddhi and that sense of urgency, our whole day is fully dedicated for this sadhana. Any other thing of the world is zero. So from that first to the second, the travel is called as spirituality or maturity. Engaged, busily engaged, fully engaged, more vigorously engaged than the worldly people, will be a true spiritual seeker in his spiritual kartavyas. And then in that kartavya, the upadhi management, in that kartavya, the spashtata of the tattva jnana through shastra dhenam, and in that kartavyata, the manana chintana dhyana. सबसे important dhyana. In dhyana only, from the grosser to the subtlemost we reach. Because dhyana and sukshmata, they go together. The one who is dhyana yukta, then only he discovers sukshma. Even a scientist, he is in the meditational phase, then only discovers the outer secrets. A poet, in his meditational phase only, finds the theme and words with which that poem becomes eternal. Dhyana, an artist, etc. So, kartavyata in us, we have to invoke it. And then the fifth one is swayam, means I have to do it, nobody else for me. मुझे मेरे लिए करना है, मुझे करना है, मेरे लिए करना है. हमको एक आदत हो जाती है ना, फॉर अदर थिंग्स वी डिपेंड ऑन अदर्स, which is okay, Paul. So for sadhana also, we keep depending on others. Biggest delusion. For sadhana, we can depend on only two people. What is Guru and God. And they have already done what they have to do. अभी only एक बंदा है, वो मैं ही हूँ, मुझे ही करना है. स्वयं. What Guru has to do, Lord has to, they have done it. अब वो तीसरा बंदा कौन है? तो मैं ही हूं. सो स्वयं. सो त्याज्य, ज्ञातव्य, प्राप्तव्य, कर्तव्य, and that is with sense of urgency, swayam, myself only. In these things, when the depth comes, and always we are aware of it, then our planning of the day, our execution of the plan will be totally different, highest order. Not like today कि पता नहीं कैसे दिन गुजर रहे हो रहे बस. We're not even aware how this 27th August has gone away. Already जन्माष्टमी के 2 दिन हो गया. अगले जन्माष्टमी आएगा जा. How, look back and see last 2 days. What substantially is done for sadhana with the kartavya buddhi. Some things we might have done on the regular basis, कुछ जो करते हैं, पर उसमें भरपूर कर्तव्यता बुद्धि, प्राप्तव्यता बुद्धि है क्या? वो अपने आप नहीं होता हो. आज का दिन भी ऐसा ही गुजरेगा, कल भी ऐसा ही गुजरेगा, हर दिन ऐसा ही चलता रहता है. We have to change. We have to give the time mind, think about, and that Jnatavya, Praptavya, Kartavya, Swayam, with that sense of urgency. When we have, then these practices take us to those inner subtler levels. Inner subtler levels means what? Withdrawing from the upadhis and going nearer and nearer to the nirupadhika anubhuti. साधना तो ही है, साध्य ही है. अभी हमको सोपाधिक 100% सोपाधिक. इन दैट ऑल्सो 100% देहोस्मि. Therefore, our all vyavahara, bhoga, everything is for deha only. इससे हटकर द सूक्ष्म अति सूक्ष्म इनर जो परमात्मा है वहां पहुंचने को साधना या कर्तव्य कहते. नारायण. Maybe this way become serious in every of the important things in our life and really enjoy every day with maximum utilization of that for sadhana. That should inspire. Next day we have to do better than today. This is possible for us in samsaric vyavaharik things. Yesterday we cooked nice food. उससे इंस्पिरेशन होता है आज और अच्छा बनाने को कोशिश करते. इन भोग आदि विषयास that inspiration is natural to do better than yesterday. कल ये सिनेमा देखा तो आज और देखेंगे. बट साधना के विषय में इसको हमें स्वयं लाना पड़ता है. And want to discuss about this thing at length, that who is enemy for us is our own personality, our own व्यक्तित्व, our own mind, intellect, vasanas. अब इनको लेकर ना ऐसे मांझना पड़ता है, ऐसा धोना पड़ता है for lives together. Yesterday in Yoga Vasishta, we have seen, मैं तो पहली बार, Maitreya Rishi's arrival. 8 lives before what was he? He told all jnana he has got, but what life he is to live. And slowly, life after life, how he has evolved in this life. He is in the Brahmana Kula, but still, because of still residue of Papa Karma Phala, he has got those diseases. Then he said, I will do tapasya in 7 days. When I leave the body, you just burn me there, put my those ashes in that river. Then I will be born as the Maitreya Rishi. अब मैत्रेय जी जो पूरा संत समाज को मैनेज कर रहे, अबाउट हिम ये सब. इन द सेम वे इन आवर लाइफ ऑल्सो, लाइव्स टुगेदर. देखो, जान लो, कॉन्शियस हो जाओ, करो. नो इट, बिकम कॉन्शियस, स्टार्ट डूइंग. If that 3 things we gained, in every life we will know, we become conscious, we do. Then we evolve. If we don't know, we don't become conscious, we don't do, then we become continuously samsari. adding more and more karma phalas, vasanas. So I have to know the self, conscious. matlab I came to know it. I have to realize the self, I know it now. I become conscious of it. Yes, yes, this is my life's ambition. And do whatever little we can do. उसको आदत बनाने से जन्म जन्म वो बढ़ता जाता है. Like I know I have to be healthy. I am conscious that I have to eat food for it. So I keep eating food twice, thrice a day. So 80, 90 years of life is going on with that practice. Same way, 80, 90 lives, even more or less, required for us to know, be conscious, and keep on doing to reach to that level. And anytime the freedom is given to us to become more vigorous and intense in doing the things, or in becoming less vigorous or weak by not doing or postponing or involving in other nonsense. ये फ्रीडम चॉइस भी हमेशा है. सो त्याज्य, ज्ञातव्य, प्राप्तव्य, कर्तव्य, sense of urgency, and swayam. These are the things we try to ponder over. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणदः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. भव एव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधानुभवेन मोक्षप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति सनातनधर्मसंस्थापकानां निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशङ्करभाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः. ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम अथ पारायणं षष्ठोऽध्यायः. 6th chapter from 11 to 15. Let us chant. ओम एको देवः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः सर्वव्यापी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा कर्माध्यक्ष सर्वभूतादिवासः साक्षी चेता केवलो निर्गुणश्च एको वशी निष्क्रियाणां बहूनाम् एकं बीजं बहुधाय करोति तमात्मस्थं येनु पश्यन्ति धीराः तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषां नित्यो नित्यानां चेतनश्चेतनानाम् एको बहूनां यो विदधाति कामान् तत्कारणं साङ्ख्ययोगाधिगम्यं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति एको हंसः भुवनस्यास्य मध्ये स एवाग्निः सलिले सन्निविष्टः तमेव विदित्वा अतिमृत्युमेति नान्य पन्था विद्यते अयनाय. Tomorrow one round of chanting will be over. No, nice it is when we chant the mantras, become familiar. हर दिन आधा घंटा मंत्रोच्चारण भाष्यचार उच्चारण होना चाहिए. Somehow I am convinced of it. That's why in all classes the Parayanam goes on. I am so fully benefited. If you are also listening and having the book in front and doing the Parayana, you will also be greatly benefited. I'm very delighted to do my chantings of Rigveda Mandalam, first one, to the youth in the class. And to them again I chant the Taittiriya Upanishad. And evening we are doing the Prasthanatraya Parayana. It's a beautiful, joyful thing. Somehow I feel that all the Rishi Munis will bless me to have the knowledge of all these Shastras one day for the simple reason that I am doing the Parayanam. They'll become kind one day. अभी भी देखो these mantras when chanted with little alertness, we are exported to that Upanishadic days, Upanishadic feelings. है ना? Like when you listen to Desha Bhakti Gitas, don't you get transported to those days of post-freedom time where we are born at that time? है ना? जिनका उम्र बड़ा है, they know it. 1947 freedom, those are born in 50. They have that, how the whole country every day was celebrating the independence. And जो 15 अगस्त 26 जनवरी आता है, टोटल इट्स मोर देन दीपावली एंड दशहरा उन दिनों में. अब धीरे धीरे पीपल आर फॉरगेटिंग ऑल ऑफ दैट, देयरफॉर नाम के वास्ते थोड़ा होता है बस. बट यू एंड आई व्हेन यू लिसन to the Deshabhakti Gana, we can go how we used to run, we used to make all the decorations, colors for 26 जनवरी 15 अगस्त. क्या क्या खेल कूद होते थे, ड्रामा नाटक होते थे स्कूल कॉलेज में अबाउट द फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल, द essay राइटिंग, द कॉम्पिटिशन्स, ओके है ना, द स्पीकिंग कॉम्पिटिशन्स होते थे. ओके, डिफरेंट माहौल वास. 10 अगस्त से 20 अगस्त तक 10 दिन होता था. When we remember it, we go to that time. Same way, again and again, Upanishadic mantras, when we chant, will be lifted, shifted to that mahol which is required. Those rishis in the ashram, living with minimum requirements, all the time in that Shastra, Dhyana, Adhyapana, Sadhana, Dhyana and Anubhuti. बस दूसरा कोई पढ़ा ही नहीं उनको. They are never caught up in the unwanted delusions of the world like now. हम ऐड कर ही जा रहे दिन ब दिन हमारे मोह को ऑन द नेम ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. व्हाट आर यू गेटिंग आउट ऑफ देम? सब ये माया में महामाया. ऑलरेडी वी आर इन माया और उसमें महामाया. मेकिंग थिंग्स कंफर्टेबल ओनली टू द बॉडी. फॉर व्हाट? But those rishis were in that mood. We become aware of that. Anyway, so we are into the fourth mantra, Dhenam. Let us chant it straight away. तमेकनेमिं त्रिवृतं षोडशान्तं शतार्धारं विंशति प्रत्यराभिः अष्टकैः षड्भिर्विश्वरूपैकपाशं त्रिमार्गभेदं द्विनिमित्तैकमोहम्. This is the Karana Brahma. Those Brahmavadins, when they did Dhyana Yoga, Apashyan, Drushtavantaha. Or as it said in the next mantra, it is called as mm, uh, Adhimaha, we have understood. Apashyan, we have seen. Adhimaha, we have understood. Praptaha, we have obtained. That Karana Brahma. So, Ekanemi, one hub of him is one Maya Prakriti. Three Vrutam, three coverings are three types of gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. So, become aware of this more and more. It's a good picture given in this sloka especially. Then Shodashantam, we have seen either the Shodasha Kalas of the Purusha or the Mahatattva, Virat Purusha and 14 Lokas, or the Shendriya and one Mana, which is the final outcome of the Prakriti and Trigunas. That is why final word is used here, Antam. So, Shodashantam. Then we are spending last 2 days in trying to understand the 50 spokes of this wheel of Karana Brahma. कारण ब्रह्म रूपी चक्र के 50 अरे हम देख रहे हैं. शत अर्ध अरम, शत 100 अर्ध आधा अर, शतार्धारम. So in that also we are lucky, we have understood it is divided into 4 things: viparyaya, ashakti, tushti and siddhi. Viparyaya, ashakti, tushti and siddhi. How many viparyayas? 5 viparyayas. How many Ashaktis? 28 Ashaktis. So 28, 5, 33. How many Tushtis? 9. 33, 9, 42. And how many of the Siddhis? 8. So total 50 of these aras, the spokes, which are called the pratyas, the understandings, the misunderstandings, the thoughts, etc. in the being. And in those pratyas, the 5 of the viparyas, tamaha, mohaha, mahamohaha, tamisraha, andatamisraha. Tamaha is the anatma ashtada prakriti, identifying with them is called tamaha. Moha is seeking the ashtasiddhis, itself is called as the moha, that is explained to us. Then Mahamoha is 10, which are said to us regarding 5 Jnanendra Vishyas of here, which are seen, hereafter, which are heard. Drushta, Anushravika, Panch Indriya. So, Drushta Panch ho gaya, Anushravika Panch ho gaya. Thus, seeking the Sukha in them is called Mahamoha. Then, what is Tamisra? This is 18 types of Tamisra. Okay, what is it? That Ashtada Prakriti as well as these 10 Indriyas. In trying to obtain them, when we have not obtained them, the akrosha or the anger, krodha कहते हैं, is called as Tamisra. Second one, effort is put, they are all gained, but before fully enjoying them, we are going to die. That shoka is called as Andatamisra, isn't it? किन दशसु विषयेषु भोग्यत्वेन उपस्थितेषु अर्धमुक्तेषु मृत्युना ह्रियमाणस्य यह शोकः, है ना. आधा भोग करके मरने के समय जो शोक होता है, दैट वाज गिवन एज अंधतामिश्र. सो तमः मोह महामोह तामिश्र अंधतामिश्र, द 5 viparyas which are not required in the pure self, they are not required, it's all projected, that's why it's called viparya. Then we have seen the Ashtavimshati Ashaktis, inabilities. So 11, 9, 7. 10 Indriyas and 1 mind, not fully controlling them is 11 Ashaktis. Not obtaining 9 Tushtis is equal to 11 plus 9, 20 Ashaktis. Not obtaining the 8 Siddhis. 20 plus 8, 28. 28 Ashtasiddhis, Ashtavimshati Ashaktis are explained. We have seen them. Then we have seen yesterday the 9 Tushtis. Very beautiful topic it was. Today we'll see that, and we also see the Ashta Siddhis that are there. Wonderful. So 9 types of Tushtis. In that, 5 Tushtis are Indriya related. Before that, the 4 Tushtis are related to what? One is Prakriti, second is Parijnanat, sorry, Prakriti, second is Upadana, third is Kala, fourth is Bhagya. Prakriti, Upadana, Kala, and Bhagya. From these 4 types of Trupti, Tushti. From the 5 Vishyas, 5 Vishya related 5 Truptis, total 9 Tushtis. So the Karana Brahma in this way operates in the world. People try to become Tushti in any of these ways. People are the Jivas. ये सारा कल्पित मिथ्या ही है. These are all Trigunaatmik Maya only. The reality is Nirguna Brahma, which is our final goal. Just to browse through that first one, Kaschita Prakriti Parijnanat Krutartosmi iti manyate. Having knowledge of the Prakriti, he feels I am fulfilled. That Trupti is called Prakriti Sambandhi Trupti. In that, we have added all the scientists, the professionals, सारे प्रकृति को कामयाब करके प्रकृति को control, they feel contented in that. That's also Trupti people are going through. Second one, what? He, अन्यः पुनः पारिव्राज्य लिंगम गृहीत्वा कृतार्थोस्मि इति मन्यते. Some are taken up to sannyasa, parivrajya lingam. I am sannyasi now, I have nothing to gain, I don't depend on the world. In this way, they get trupti. You can see sadhu santa, मौज में दो भक्त भिक्षा ले लेते हैं in the places where they are given भिक्षा, and they feel fulfilled only. तृप्ति हो गया उनको बस. Some of them do sadhana, many तो relax हो गया, they feel तृप्ति है. हम सन्यासी हो गए उसी से. थर्ड वन, अन्य पुनः पारिव्राज्य लिंगम गृहीत्वा कृतार्थोस्मि इति मन्यते. नेक्स्ट, अपरः पुनः प्रकृति परिज्ञानेन किम. The third category say, what is the use of this worldly knowledge and working for it? Also, ashramadi upadayana kim. What is the use of taking up to even sannyasa? Then bahuna kalena avashya muktir bhavati iti matva paridushyat. In its own time, sometime the mukti will come. In that way, they are relaxed in their mind. That is called the third number of third trupti which people have. Fourth one is what? Kaschit punaha manyate. What is that? Vina bhagyena na kinchidapi prapyate. Without fortune, nothing is obtained by anyone. Therefore, yadi mama bhagyam asti, if I am lucky, fortunate enough, tata bhavati eva atra eva moksha. I will have moksha definitely in this very life. Iti parithrushyati. This is called as the fourth type of trupti. मेरे भाग्य. सो भाग्य के ऊपर तृप्त होने वाले, काल में तृप्ति होने वाले, उपादान में तृप्ति होने वाले, संन्यास लेकर, और प्रकृति को लेकर तृप्ति होने वाले. प्रकृति को कंट्रोल्ड, टेकन अप द संन्यास, रिलैक्स्ड ब्रांड. Fourth one is, if it is written in my bhagya, it will happen. So 4 truptis are told. Now 5 is the Vishaya Sambandhi. What is that? कि विषय उपरमात् पंचः, विषयों से उपरम वाला 5 कारण है, वो भी तृप्ति देते हैं. Very good one, this one. We have to achieve these things. First is what he says, विषयाणाम आर्जनम अशक्यम इति उपरम्य तुष्यते. It is difficult to earn money and object the things. I don't want to struggle for that. So with whatever I have, I'll be contented. That type of lazy, lethargic fellows. One type of trupti. Vishayanam arjanam ashakyamiti. Paritushyati. They live with minimum things, or in each of the thing, no, I can't earn it therefore. Just like a sofa में बैठे तो बढ़िया होता है. डिजायर तो आया मन में, बट टू हैव ए सोफा यू हैव टू 10,000 रुपीज, आई कांट अर्न इट, देखो चटाई डाल के बैठ गया। दैट इज विषयाणाम आर्जने अशक्तत्वात् तुष्यति, विषयाणाम आर्जनम अशक्यम इति उपरम्य तुष्यति। I know how nice it is if we travel in car and all. बट कार बाइंग 20 लाख का, कहाँ है उतना पैसा, चल साइकिल चलाओ। मैं खुश हूँ, मैं साइकिल में खुश, मैं कोई जरूरत नहीं सोफा वगैरह, चलता है कि जमीन में बैठो। वैसे पहले जमाने में ऋषि लोग, they never used to sit on the sofa, they were sitting on the jamin. They just from the help of the Padma Purana or the some of the Purana, this mantra, certainly how the minds of the people operate, ये हमको बता रहे। I can't work, I can't earn, therefore इसी से तृप्त। Many of the lower middle class people are like that. वो इतना कि तमोगुण में रहते, आई कांट डू मोर देन, मैं पढ़ाई नहीं कर सकता, बड़ा नौकरी नहीं मिल सकता, नहीं कर सकता भाई, आई कांट, आई को बस रोटी रोड़ा ईट ढोने का है और देगी 700-800 पर डे, अब उससे काम चलता। विषयाणाम अशक्यत्वात् परितुष्यति, विषयाणाम आर्जनम अशक्यम इति उपरम्य तुष्यति। So that is one trupti. Second is one, shakyate drashtum arjitum. Yes, it is possible that we can visualize drashtum arjitum. We can work and gain the objects through the money. But arjitasya rakshanam ashakyam. But it is difficult to protect whatever is earned. With this idea, iti uparamya paritushyate. सो यार किसी को देना पड़ेगा या घूम हो जाएगा, काय को वेस्ट टाइम करके, ही रिमेन्स अगेन विदाउट अर्निंग इट, द ऑब्जेक्ट्स रिमेन्स इन परितुष्यति, इनर कंटेंटमेंट। फर्स्ट वन इज कमाना ही मुश्किल है, सेकंड कमाकर मेंटेन करना मुश्किल वाला तृप्त बात, इसलिए तृप्त हो जाता है विदाउट डूइंग दोस टू थिंग्स, अर्निंग और सेविंग। थर्ड वन इज व्हाट, स अतिशयत्वादि दोष दर्शनेन uparamya paraha tushyati. Paraha, the other fellow. Third one is happy. वही अतिशय दोषत्वात्, मतलब क्या है, कभी भी चीज हमको सफिशिएंटली मिला ही नहीं, मिल भी गया ना उसमें इतने शॉर्ट कमिंग्स प्रॉब्लम्स है। दिस टाइप ऑफ थॉट से दे डोंट try to gain those objects and involve in them, remain tushti, seeing the doshas in the object, shortcomings in that. Quantity will be less, it is not sufficient, quality will not be good. ऐसा देखकर वो काम करते ही नहीं उसको पाने के लिए, बस दे रिमेन इन देयर ओन इनर तृप्ति। दोष दर्शन से नहीं पाना वस्तुओं को, देवर तृप्त रहना। फर्स्ट वन इज अशक्ति टू obtain, सेकंड अशक्ति टू मेंटेन, third one is dosha drushti. In all the three cases, he is not working in the world to gain those things. With whatever is there is trupta, third trupta it is. So, four पहले वाले बताए, अभी ये तीन साथ हो गए. Now, what are the two more truptis? Next one is what? No, विषयाः सुतराम एव अभिलाषम जनयन्ति. Sutaram eva abhilasham jalayanti means they go on creating again and again the desires of the same thing, and also that creates a mental capacity to imagine similar type of bhogas. एक भोग जो है ना, अपने आप को रिपीट कराते हुए अपने वाले और भी भोगों को क्रिएट करता है, वो माइंड का माया है। एक अकेला नहीं रहता, देन इट स्टार्ट्स इमेजिनिंग, अब ये करो वो करो। Like we are traveling in the car on the road. Why only travel in the car on road? Let us travel in the water also. Why only in water? Let us travel in sky also. I mean, let us discover something which will fly in the sky, go in the water, also travel on the car. अब देखो एक के बाद एक डिजायर बढ़ता हुआ साइंटिस्ट लोग ऐसे डिस्कवर कर रहे कि नहीं। So what they say is कि विषयाः सुतरामेव अभिलाषं जनयन्ति एंड न च तद् भोग अभ्यासेन अभ्यासे तृप्तिः उपजायते। भोग अभ्यास से तृप्ति नहीं होगा, and it is a fact. And for that they quote this Bhagavata shloka. न जातु कामः कामानाम उपभोगेन शाम्यति. जातु means कदाचित, means कभी भी कामानाम कामः उपभोगेन न शाम्यते. Kamana means of the objects, kama means desires, upabhogena by indulgence, na shamyati never gets quietened or quenched. Yayati Maharaja tells to his son Pururava after he enjoyed that son's 1000 years, his own 1000 years. एक जन्म में दो जन्म का जीवन जीना, only Yayati Raja's life we see. He says this. Then what will happen? Havisha Krishna Vartma Iva. Krishna Vartma is fire. Havisha means oblations or the fuel. When you add fuel to the fire, bhuyaha eva abhivardhate. It grows more and more only. So too, to the Agni of the Vishaya Kamana, when you offer the fuel of indulging in them or going through that bhoga, it only makes the fire of Kamana more and more blazing only. Doesn't get quietened. कोई आग में पेट्रोल नहीं डालता उसको बुझाने के लिए, तो काम रूपी अग्नि में पेट्रोल का समान है. फुलफिलिंग दैट इट विल नॉट क्वेंच इट, इट विल मेक इट मोर एंड मोर ब्लेस. सो कामानाम कामः उपभोगेन न जातु शाम्यति. On the other hand, like an example, Havisha, by the Havish, Krishna Vartma Iva, like the fire, Bhuyaha, again and again, Abhivardhate Eva, it will grow. So with this idea, this fourth type of people, iti, tasmat, therefore, alam anena, punah punah, asantosha karanena, upabhogena. Enough of the dukkha giving these type of indulgences. Have done it so far, बहुत हो गया. इति एवं संग दोष दर्शनात्. With this darshana that again and again the desire will be coming only, I can never come out of them. Uparamya kaschit tushyati. Somebody withdraws from it and remains tushta in himself without going for those indulgences. In fact, as sadhakas, this fourth type of tushti we must definitely have. Same bhoga. Again and again it's coming as desire. Again we are involving in it for little pleasures. In the bargain, the reality we are never even spending time even to know about it, think about it. Isn't it? हो चुका है बस बहुत. Again I read that sentence. Tasmad alam anena punah punah asantosha karanena upabhogena iti evam sanga dosha darshanat uparamya kaschit tushyati. संग दोष जो बढ़ता रहता है वो देखकर, एंड इट्स ओनली गिवर ऑफ द दुक्खा. एवरी डिजायर इज अ दुक्खा ओनली. एवरी अराइवल ऑफ द डिजायर इज दुक्खा. दैट्स व्हाई वी वांट टू गेट रिड ऑफ इट. बाय फुलफिलिंग दे वोंट क्वेंच इट. ऐसा सोचकर withdrawing from them uparamya कश्चित तुष्यति, somebody is happy. ये हो गया eighth संतोष. विषय संबंधी fourth totally. And the last one is very interesting. That also is very helpful to do the withdrawal from the Vishayas and remain trupta in ourselves. Very good one. In fact, these third, fourth, and fifth ones really appreciable. They are. What is the fifth one? Ki na anupahatya bhutani upabhogaha sambhavat. Without troubling or harming the beings. Whether it is devatas, whether it is co-human beings, some animals or birds or plants, even the insects, without harming some or the other one, bhoga nahi ho sakta. Na anupahatya bhutani. Upahatya means disturbing or troubling or destroying. Without troubling, destroying, disturbing or giving dukkha to bhutani, for the beings, upabhoga na sambhavati. You cannot enjoy the objects. Point one. Continuation of it. Bhuta upagata bhogacha adharma. है ना. भूत उपघात भोगाच अधर्म इज ए वेरी अंडरलाइनेबल पॉइंट. भूत उपघात भोगात, मतलब भूतों को हानि करके जो हम भोग पाते हैं वो अधर्म कहलाया जाता है. Bhuta upagata bhoga is adharma. Troubling others and getting that money, getting the objects with the money and enjoying it is adharma. Very powerful thought. Bhuta upagata bhuta bhogacha adharma. Then adharmat, what will happen out of adharmat? Narakadi prapti. Terrible naraka we go, which we'll be studying in today's evening Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana. So, agat narakadi prapt iti himsa dosha darshanat kaschit uparamya tushyat. Darshanat, by seeing dosha darshanat, by seeing the shortcoming, himsa dosha darshanat, by seeing this dosha of the need of doing the himsa, leading to adharma, leading to the narakadi, giving up all the earning and indulging in the bhoga, the fellow becomes tushyati, trupta. This is the fifth one. So किसी को हानि पहुंचाए बिना we cannot get the bhoga, and that hani is called adharma, that leads to narakadi. I don't want to suffer in naraka, so I don't want to do the adharma, therefore I don't want to do the bhoga, therefore I don't want to harm the people. In this way, with whatever is there, with that knowledge, people are strupta. This is the fifth type of trupti. So therefore total, Shankar Bhagavan himself is summarizing Prakriti, Upadana, Kala, Bhagyaha, Chatasraha, Truptayaha, Tushti. Prakriti, Upadana, Kala and Bhagya. Then Vishayanam Arjana, Vishayanam Rakshana, Vishayanam Vishayadosha, Vishayanam Sangha, Vishayanam Himsa Doshat, Panchatushtaya iti. These are the five. विषयों में क्या है ना, अर्जन में कष्ट है करके छोड़ना, तृप्ति में रहना. सेकंड इज रक्षण में कष्ट है जानकर छोड़ना, तृप्ति रहना. विषय में दोषों को देखकर, थर्ड वन, दैट इज इट इज लेस इन क्वांटिटी एटसेट्रा. देन संग भय कि हविषा कृष्ण वर्तव भूय भी वर्तते. एंड फिफ्थ वन इज हिंसा, हिंसा dosha, that there will be himsa in getting the objects. In this way, pancha. Tushta iti nava tushtaya vyakhyataha. So 9 tushtis, that's how are spoken. So now we have done the 42 of them. 9 tushtis, 28 of the ashaktis and 5 of the vipareya. Abhi 8 siddhis hai. Kya hai 8 siddhi? Beautiful, huh? The 8 siddhi. Your siddhi is only one thing. Bhagavan Adi Shankara explains as siddhi, and that is jnana prapti. So ashtavidha jnana prapti he mentions as ashta siddhis. Here in this case, otherwise the anima महिमा लघिमा वहिमा ईशितम वशितम प्राप्ति प्राकाम्यम, वो 8 सिद्धियां तो बाद में आएंगे, है ना. अष्ट वो जो है ना, now we are seeing panchashat भेदाः, sorry, शतार्धारम. Then we will see Vimshati Pratyaravihi. Thereafter we see Ashtakai Shadbihi. There are 6 sets. Each set has got 8 things. In those 6 sets of 8 things, one of the 8 is Ashtasiddhis. वो टॉपिक वहां आएगा. इसलिए यहाँ 8 सिद्धिस आर ज्ञान ओनली. Through the method of gaining the jnanam, each method is mentioned as one siddhi. So tomorrow we'll study them. Om 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 Purnamidam Purnat Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Paramashubhyo Parabrahmane Shruti MAATE Namo Tatsat. Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you, friends. Join in 5 minutes for Gita study.